Um, Love life. Let me talk about this. So this is the energy that you're bringing to the table here. We have here the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles usually indicate some type of a committed relationship that might have ended very recently in your life. This is marriage, long-term committed relationship, and I feel for many of you, you have emerged from this state where you might have been in a long-term commitment with somebody and you were working towards building a relationship with them, but for whatever reason, energetically between you and them, it seems like whatever you both try to build, whatever you both try to do to stabilize the relationship, it really wasn't working. It could be, one person putting in all the work and then the other person takes it for granted, or you both are not on the same page when it comes to your career long-term aspirations, and as a result of it, you might have gone your separate ways. Things might have fallen apart, and a marriage as well might have recently ended for many of you. And if you're still in a relationship right now, I feel almost like it's on its way out. It's coming to an inevitable end, and you are accepting of this fact, or some of you are actively, going through the process of separating yourself or dividing up assets. You might have recently gotten divorced or separated, and now you're at the tail end of just divvying up your assets so that you both can energetically be free from one another. I feel like, yes, there is sadness and remorse associated with this union. And you might have taken a lot of time and a lot of, just I want to say like internalizing this energy and saying, was it my fault? Did I do everything I possibly could in this relationship to make it work? And then the partner that you're dealing with as well, this is a card about sadness and regrets, but when it's in the reverse, it's almost like emerging from this state, no longer feeling victimized, no longer feeling like it was all about them, or it was all their fault, or it was all my fault. This is coming to a truce that maybe energetically you and the other person were not on the same page. It might have been the wrong timing, or emotionally they might not have been mature enough, or you might not have been mature enough to handle the conflict in the relationship, hence creating that breakdown in the relationship. But in the reverse position, the Five of Cups basically means taking stock of what we have, learning from past trials and tribulations, and then growing and emerging from it. So coming into a state of more tranquility and more like acceptance that maybe this wasn't, meant for you, and so you're looking elsewhere. I feel for many of you Sagittarius single, what you have come to realize is that you've wasted a lot of time trying to fit something, trying to make something work, and wasting a lot of time, wasting a lot of energy, and not realizing that, the other person might not have been right for you, and then wasting a lot of time and energy talking to yourself or telling yourself that that ultimately what you were trying to build up was going to be, long term and the happily ever after. But then realizing that you might have put a lot of expectations on yourself and then on the other person. And when we try to force things, things don't come the way that we want. If it's meant to be energetically, it should, things should gravitate towards each other. So if it's you and the other person, if it's meant to be, things will flow very, very smoothly. It won't always be, rainbow and unicorns, but at least energetically, you're not going to feel like you're fighting against the tides. So you have come into this sense of renewal where some of you are single and you're just like, I'm just going to be single. I'm just going to be happy. I'm going to, go do my own thing. If love happens to come in at this moment in time, great. If not, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to relinquish control. I'm going to enjoy the moment. I'm going to enjoy new opportunities that come into me. I'm going to find personal enjoyment in my work, in my creative endeavors, in other things that I have going on in my life, and not put so much stock forcing a relationship to come together or forcing a relationship to work when it's not meant to be. Many of you are substituting, that love, that commitment, and finding joy in your professional success. Okay. This is a card where you are also very visible to the world. Some of you might be online dating or putting yourself out there and, casting your net, or, like just energetically enjoying the single life and enjoying the process of dating, enjoying as well. If it's going to come in, great. If not, I'm okay being on my own because I have a lot of other things that are going for me, and I'm feeling hopeful again. So it's almost like this relationship here really left a bitter taste in your mouth. And I feel like you might have been dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And for that earth sign, between you and that earth sign, no matter how much effort you put in, they just corroded your effort. You might have been dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And this person has like a woe is me type of victim mentality. They don't really take ownership for the things that go wrong in their lives. And they might be a little bit more on the somber end. They might have drinking issues. They might also just, they don't have that stick-to-itiveness the way that you do. And they don't really know how to move their life along. And I feel like there has been energetically, like this past relationship, it feels like it really was a big drain on your energy and your financial stability as well. Okay, so if that sounds familiar to you, I feel like you're moving away from it, or you have moved away from it, and you're in a space where you are on your own and you're not really putting all your eggs in one basket, or not putting hopes into the fact that, oh, they're going to come back or we're going to reconcile. You're happy here and you're content and you're on your own. I've done the reading for, the past 2 weeks for you guys, and you guys have really, really good cards. So I feel like you're turning over a new leaf. You're turning over a new page in your life. And a lot of it was, is contingent upon you exhibiting the energy that you're carefree and happy and optimistic, and you're single and you're okay with that. And that's the best place to be content and to live in the moment, and, not have like certain expectations that, this is the one or that's the one. So letting go and just enjoying, the singlehood, I feel like that's what's really going to attract people towards you. I have here a person that you might be romantically interested in, with the Nine of Cups as well as the King of Swords. This is somebody that makes you feel really, 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 really happy. You're excited to wake up, next to. You're excited to start your day with this person. You're excited to, it's like this really hopeful energy where you want to see them. You're happy with waking up really early to, start the day with them, or to be able to run into them, to be able to talk to them, be able to communicate with them in some way. And I have an air sign. So this is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is somebody who's very truthful, very honest, a little bit more on the colder end. So they're not like, completely warm and cuddly. They might be a little bit prickly. They're very witty. They solve problems. This is what is that? This is not the statistician. I was thinking about the person that troubleshoots, works behind the scenes to kind of like repair things, and it's a person, a fixer, like somebody that takes care of problems for other people. They're very, very good at troubleshooting. They're very dependable. They're not warm and cuddly, but I feel as if they're opening up to you. And Sagittarius, your energy, a lot of the times you're very childlike, and you exude a lot of enthusiasm. Whatever you do, you're very enthusiastic. You're very like, your energy is very open. And because you're operating at this frequency too, you're attracting somebody that, they're a little bit more emotionally closed off, but when they're around you, they feel really, really happy. They make you feel also very happy. So it's a very nice exchange of energy. It's almost like I am seeing this rainbow here. Because you have this childlike innocence, they don't feel like you come in with ulterior motives. And they're willing to put their guard down. And they don't feel like they need to, prove themselves when they're around you, because, you guys don't judge. You guys are very, devil may care, live and let live. And, I do my thing, you do yours. So I feel like this is potentially a relationship partner that you're dealing with who makes you very happy, and you both are just very elated, and just the energy exchange is pretty amazing. And this is also somebody, they're critical, they're a little bit nitpicky, and I feel like I'm going to clarify some cards here, but I feel very, very strongly there's somebody that you might be crushing on, somebody that has a crush on you. So which direction is this flowing? They might have recently left a person as well. They're purging a lot of negative things in their own lives. And I feel like they see you as a very, good breath of fresh air, and they want to pursue this relationship. So I feel as if you've gone through your own, battling your own demons. They have recently maybe a divorcee, somebody that has their own emotional baggage that they're trying to overcome. And as a result of it, I feel like, yes, the energy exchange is really, really strong, but both parties are not really making the moves towards one another because both parties might not be ready, or both parties feel like they don't want to get bogged down into another heavy emotional relationship and ruin a good thing, or ruin this attraction, or it's too early, too soon. Okay, so I feel like you are trying to accelerate some energy, but you're at the same time quite happy and content being on your own. So if it comes, great. If not, I'm just going to enjoy this moment. So that's really good energy that you're embodying. I feel like this is a very strong soulmate type of a connection. This is kind of like two people having a big sense of responsibility towards one another and wanting to kind of like be there for your partner through thick and thin. I have as well the Ten of Wands, which is like overcoming challenges in the relationship and also making a gesture, opening yourselves up and having, communication that is a lot more responsible, that is a lot less about who's right and who's wrong, but more about, let's get work done. Let's make each other happy. So I feel like you're either crushing on someone, they're crushing on you, or somebody's really rocking your world for this week. And I've been feeling it for the past few weeks. So good for you guys. Let's move on to the other areas of your life. Okay. So first of all, we have here the Magician in the reverse. This is coming in as spiritual advice for you guys. And the reason I say that, the Magician is somebody who's learning, who's like looking at or sorting through all the information that is in front of them. And they're trying to make all the pieces fit together. And they're also trying to synthesize knowledge, analyze knowledge, write down knowledge, retain information. It's a card about mastering, a certain skill, mastering a certain craft, learning by trial and error as well. And we have as well the Star. And the Star is a state where, you're going through a lot of healing, a lot of purging of yourself. And I feel like you're letting go of a lot of negative things, and you're starting a new phase where you're probably you're learning something in a work environment. You're also learning from other people. So some of you might be in the medical profession here with the Star. It deals so much with healing. So I feel like, a lot of nurses, people going back to school possibly, or people that are in the helping profession where they're giving away a lot of knowledge to their clients, their applicants, or customers, or whatever capacity you're working in. And I feel like you're very enthusiastic about learning new things, but it's telling you to slow down and make sure you've got, all the knowledge, all the pieces of information that you need before you jump the gun. And, Sagittarius, you're very big picture oriented. Your sign, it's just like working with big ideas and big picture is very easy for you. But when it comes to the nitty gritty details, you don't have the patience to, sit there and tediously sift through all the little technicalities to make sure that everything is, as it should be. So I feel like you're going to be jumping the gun. You're going to be possibly making the wrong assessment or headed in the wrong direction in terms of a course of action, in terms of, finishing projects and things like that. So you might as well be pressed for time. juggling, two jobs, two responsibilities, and kind of running yourself ragged. So the important thing is, focusing on self-care. And also, if you're working on multiple projects, make sure that you kind of slow down, review, and proofread everything rather than rushing ahead and, headed like making mistakes or taking on an idea or taking a stance on something and it's built on a faulty analysis. Okay, so the magician is somebody who forms ideas, and I feel it's in the reverse. So you're seeing something not as it should, but you're seeing it in a very idealistic way, the way that you think it should be, and so you run away with that train of thoughts when that train of thoughts might not be reality. Managing your financial situation as well. I see many of you pasting together multiple jobs in order to make ends meet. And I feel as well, it might come on the heels of a divorce and you're starting over. And I feel like you are also looking at two potential income revenue streams or two jobs that you're choosing between. So that's coming through as well. I feel like this is a week for you to kind of like let all the future stuff kind of dissipate and focus on the present moment. Focus on what you have to do, what you have to learn. Focus as well on taking better care of your health. And then once you're ready to make that, change in your life, either financially or once you feel more comfortable and more confident about a specific course of action, that's when you take those steps. Okay, so good week overall to slow down so that you don't make mistakes. Be careful driving, commuting, and speeding. Be very careful about that. And then I also feel like some of you, I see this like really stiff pain in my neck. Like I feel it and it's like inflamed. So getting yourself, some type of either working out, doing a little bit more lifting, like lifting weight so that you can strengthen your upper body. And then I also feel it's almost like your lower body, your legs and things like that, you're constantly on the move. So you're quite healthy, but in terms of your arms, neck, and, upper areas, I feel like you need to exercise that a little bit more to kind of balance you out. But at the same time, getting, some massage therapy, I feel like that's going to be very good for you and your overall emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Okay. So I hope the reading is helpful, Sagittarius. Take care. Okay.